While anti-drunk driving campaigns get a lot of attention, driving drowsy can be just as dangerous. For one combat veteran, experience in Iraq inspired her to work with Chevrolet to study the issue and help develop ways to avoid it.
Yeah. So Chevy just wants to bring awareness to the problem. Specifically, we're looking at this time from Memorial Day to Labor Day is the 100 deadliest days of summer. So that's the time when we know you're going to take your family trips for the military. You're going to take those, you're going to have that PCS move and you're going to be on the road. And we want to bring you that awareness of if you are tired, if you are sleepy, don't push it, don't take that long trip, get the sleep you need before you start the drive. When we went north into Iraq, I had a soldier who fell asleep at the wheel while driving, and as we were going into Baghdad. And that just really put the seed in my head of you can't control when you're going to get tired, and you can't necessarily control drowsy driving. And so I was lucky to then work with Chevy and do the research that I'm doing now of looking at people when they're driving and the impact that drowsiness has on their ability to drive safely. Our best studies are generally naturalistic. We want to see you in your car driving. We'll put cameras on it or we'll do it different ways, but we really want to see you driving in the environment that you drive in every day, and then to look at that and figure out how do we make you safe. And we're always researching ways at Chevy to make you safer and make our vehicles more safe. The number one thing that's impacted when you are drowsy is your ability to respond. So your response time is slowed. The second thing that happens when you're driving is your decision making is impaired. So we developed the suit, which is the weights on your wrist and your ankles and on your body to really slow your reaction time. And then we put those goggles and we just have them flashing for 1 second. An on-off can be 2 to 4. But we developed those goggles to really show you how, if you have to make that quick decision, like when I told you go left or right, it's impaired. You can't do it as quickly as you normally would. This is the 23 pounds, which really just mimics your reaction time being slowed. We'll get in the vehicle and we'll do a lap just so you're comfortable and hey, I feel safe driving like this.
Okay.
Then we'll do the goggles. It's really progressive so that you see the differences and you see how, you start off feeling pretty alert and then how quickly it degrades and your performance is just not there. You shouldn't be driving.
This feels so weird.
It's a good way to understand how drowsy driving impairs you as a driver. It's going to flash every 10 seconds. It's going to close your eyes to mimic, and this is just to simulate a moderate amount of drowsiness. Right. And really, what's great about this is in 5 to 10 minutes, we're showing you the effects of drowsiness, but unfortunately, drowsiness comes on over time, mostly, and so you're not going to feel this.
That's only 1 second?
It's 1 second.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And you're saying a normal nod off would be like 2 to 4 seconds?
2 to 4 seconds, yes.
Psychologically, I see what you're talking about, because every time we go around, I'm like, oh, I got this. I become more and more confident, right? And so somebody who's fatigued might think, oh, it's working for a little bit. I can do this. And then that's when the crash happens.
And the thing is, with drowsiness, you don't know, you're a horrible judge of your own abilities. And so what this allows us to do is for you to see how quickly you're impaired and the effects of that impairment. Unfortunately, when you're drowsy, you will be probably the last person to realize how drowsy you are. Some things to look for. If you start yawning a lot, if you start deviating your lane, going back and forth, if you can't remember the last couple exits, those are all signs that you're drowsy and you can flip those up, and that you should get off the road. But if you can't get off the road, there are some things we want people to think about. One is you have active safety features in your car. We want you to turn them on, the lane departure warning, lane keep assist. Give yourself the couple extra seconds, that buffer. The other thing is you can call a friend, call your mom. Really, just if you can't get a hold of anyone, press the OnStar button. These are all ways to get engaged in the drive as well as to keep your hands on the wheel. The third thing that you can do if you are drowsy is to play a game. It's 20 questions. Those are, or listen to a funny podcast. All things to help you keep your brain engaged and alert to the drive.
To learn more, visit rebootcamp.militarytimes.com.